You already won. God said to tell you, you already won. I see a title and it says winner with your name right next to it. The enemy is trying to do everything to delay that blessing. That is why you're getting so much fight in your life. That is why things don't come easy for you. He knows it's during the delay that you'll become tired, weak, and vulnerable. He wants you to worry, to give up, and no longer trust in God's plan for your life. He wants you to curse God and die. It's your girl Moy, and I'm here to deliver a word to you. We are going to be reading Job chapter 1 and 2, and as well as Job 42. So let's start with Job chapter 1, verse 8 through 12. So in chapter 8, and I'm reading from the KJV version. I like the NIV, but we'll just read from this. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. Put forth thine hand now, and touch all he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all he hath is in thy power, only upon him put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. Let's move on to chapter 2. In chapter 2, verse 3, and the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity? Although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin. Yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. Oh my God. I'm going to skip to verse 9, which says, Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die. This shows that the enemy will use everyone, including friends, family, your spouse, children, in hopes that they will succeed in convincing you to turn your back on God, to stop believing in him and turn to ungodly things. Job went through it. Job was depressed at a time in his life. He said, I curse the day that my mother gave birth to me. You're going to experience days where you feel down. You're going to experience days when you feel like you don't want to go on. But instead of pulling away from God, I implore you to pull closer to him. On those days when you can't praise, put the enemy to shame and sing out loud. Even if you have to hum at times, always find it in you to reach out to God. That's where you're going to draw your strength from. That's where your help will come from. However, if you could see yourself victorious and in that position that you prayed for, and you know what God has ordained will come to pass, then all you need to do is pray and praise your way through it. Pray until something happens, until something shifts, until something changes, because the enemy wants you to forfeit your blessings. God is only bragging on you. He said, Have you considered my servant Tasha, Brittany, Daniel, David, Henry, Moy, Shakoya? He's just bragging on you because he's about to bless you. You already won. God is just taking you through a series of tests, but the end result is winner, because there is no failure as long as you stick with God. As long as you hold on to him, as long as you don't give up, as long as you continue to trust in him, you'll get to the end of that double blessing, that winning, because you already won. I just want to turn our attention to Job 42, verse 12, and I hope you go back and you read the entire chapter. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she asses. Yes, asses in the Bible. Well, it means like a donkey, I believe. So anyways, I won't digress. But we see that Job had a double blessing. Oh my God, double blessing. You are the undisputed winner. And the enemy knows that. So he's trying to convince you out of your blessing. Listen, I don't know what chapter of Job you are experiencing in your life right now, but if you hold on, you'll get to the end. And if you get to the and it means that you have won. You already won. You are the undisputed winner. This is not up for negotiation with anyone. God already decided that you won. God is the only decision maker. And if God put you through a test, it is only for your benefit. No test is meant to destroy you. It is meant to build you up, to make you a better person. God is saying for every season of sadness, you'll get double the joy. For every season of disappointment, you'll get double the good results. And every failure, you'll get double the winning. We see in the end that Job had twice as much. He had better kids, he had better friends, he had a better wife, and most importantly, he had a better relationship with God. Everything might seem dull right now, but there'll be brighter days ahead. You might have more sorrows than you could bear right now, but you'll have more happy days ahead. You might be crying tears of sadness right now, but soon you'll cry tears of joy. Psalms 30 verse 5 says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." You are a winner. You have won the race already. You just have to make it to the finish line so that you could reap and experience that blessing. And that reaping of that blessing, that prize is the blessing of the Lord that make rich. And he added no sorrows to it. You already won. Be blessed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out www.tdollj for the best hair care product. God bless you. Take care.